Colby Schubert back on the mound for his second inning of work, facing off against Sky Collins as Collins grounds it towards the left side, gets past the diving glove of Ya Ramirez for a single. So another leadoff hit for the HarbourCats. Schubert did a good job of stranding a leadoff double in the first frame. Let's up another hit here. So we'll have to strand one again. Karam Arusevic with a chance with a runner on. Arusevic out of UC San Diego. The first pitch to him. Down low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Arusevic 0 for 4 yesterday, but coming off of a 3-hit day in the first game of the series. There's a pickoff attempt on Collins, who slides back in safely. Collins with 14 stolen bases on the West Coast League season. Schubert kicks and deals. Finds the zone right down central there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. As a runner goes, Helm tries to tag him, but goes past the glove of Jason Leone. So a runner on second, still no outs here in the frame. And Collins notches his 15th stolen base of the year. He does lead the HarbourCats in runs scored. Looking for another one here. The 2-1. That's popped up in the air to right field. Suzuki going over, as is Buhanda. Buhanda getting under it. Collins thinks about tagging up and headed to third, but he'll stop there. First out of the inning.
Next up to bat, shortstop number 4, Tyrus Hall.
Tyrus Hall, the shortstop. One of the speediest runners on the field. Up to the plate. Schubert's first delivery. That gets away from Helm. Collins will take third. On that wild pitch from Schubert. So Collins 90 feet away. Hall with a chance at a sacrifice fly if he chooses that option. Hall didn't play yesterday, but was the leadoff hitter a couple days ago. The 1-0. Up high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. He's on a slim 5-game hitting streak and has scored a run in all 5 of those games. Schubert looking to nip that one in the bud. The 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hall tied for second in the West Coast League for stolen bases. That's why I say he's one of the speediest runners on the base paths today. The 2-1. Taken down low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike on the right-handed hitter out of Bossier Parish Community College. The 3-1. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Count goes full. So it's Collins at third base, notched the second hit of the evening for Victoria. It's Tyrus Hall at the plate. Colby Schubert on the mound. His next payoff pitch. That's hit into the outfield. Coming in is Giesig. That'll fall for a base hit, though. Collins will score as Hall gets an RBI single. So Victoria, for the second straight day, gets on the board first. Lefties will have to play from behind. Schubert did a good job of stranding that leadoff hit in the first inning. But in this frame, Collins able to come around and score. There's a pickoff attempt on Tyrus Hall, who again is, of course, a threat to go. It's Jake Verlack, the backstop at the plate. Schubert kicks and deals. That's hit into the outfield. That'll get down for a base hit too. Hall rounding second, headed for third. Giesig, his throw, it's up high and not in time. As Verlack gets a single, third hit of the inning
Next up to bat, the fielder, number 9,
for the HarbourCats.
Thompson.
9-hole hitter and Isaiah Thompson with a runner on both first and third. Schubert kicks and tosses it in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on the man in the transfer portal. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, 2 for 8 on this series. Another pickoff attempt from Schubert on Verlack. The 0-1 as the runner goes from first, but that'll poke through for a base hit anyway. Hall will score as Verlack takes second. So now 4 hits in this inning for the HarbourCats.
And the fielder, number 10, Michael Crossland.
Now top of the order, due up. Michael Crosland, who led off the first inning with a leadoff double, back up to the plate. Schubert kicks and tosses it in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on the man out of UC San Diego. Now with 4 hits this series against the Lefties. The 0-1. That's popped up in the air to right center. Buhanda giving chase, but Suzuki will get under it and knocks the second out of the inning. So 4 hits in this frame for the HarbourCats, 2 outs as the HarbourCats have a 2-0 lead. Gunnar Antillion, who popped up to the first baseman in the first inning, back up to the plate. First delivery down low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the man who's now in at least his 3rd different summer league. The 1-0. That's grounded foul towards the left side. Antillion has played in the California Collegiate League, even played in the Northwoods League earlier this summer, now in the West Coast League with Victoria. As runners consider going, there's a pickoff attempt here, but Verlack able to slide back in safely. Seemed to potentially be a double steal in effect there, as Thompson also looks like he was going. We'll see if on this next pitch they do indeed think about that. The 1-1. Down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's Helm behind the plate for the Lefties. Vasquez Jr. at first. Roberto Garza Nunez at second. Leon at short, and then Yaramira is at third. We'll introduce you to the outfield after this next pitch. The 2-1. Up high for ball 3. And it's Jeremy Giesig in left, Jared Buhanda in center, followed by Kosei Suzuki in right field. Runners are on first and second for Victoria. HarbourCats already with a 2-0 lead, the 3-1 delivery. That's outside the zone for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded for Michelle Artsberger, as pitching coach Tanner Knapp comes out of the dugout to discuss things with Colby Schubert, who last season with the Lefties set the single season innings pitch record in both Kitsap and Port Angeles history dating to 2010. Has a chance this season to set the career innings pitch record, at least in Port Angeles history. That's held by Tyler Ton. 83 2/3 innings pitched between the 2018 and 19 seasons. Heading into this one, Schubert with 50 last season and 24 in West Coast League play. So he's currently, now after an inning of 2/3 of work here today, currently at 75 2/3. So he's 8 innings away. Depending on how deep he goes in this one, he could tie and or break that record in his next outing. Was named to the second team All WCL team last season in 2023 for his efforts. Michelle Artsberger at the plate, the first delivery to him. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Artsberger flew out to center in the first inning. But he has been swinging a hot bat for the HarbourCats. The 1-0. Oh, swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. That's popped up in the air to the left side. Yar Ramirez headed out, as is Jeremy Giesig, but it's going to go to foul territory and out of play for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All the runners will have to return to their bases. The bases are loaded for the HarbourCats with the left-handed hitting Artsberger at the dish, who has hits in 9 of the last 10 games he's played in. The 1-2. Up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Has also reached base in all 17 games he's played in for the HarbourCats, with hits in 14 of those. The 2-2. That's flared into left. Giesig going to his right and will get under it and end the inning. HarbourCats put up a pair of runs, but Schubert gets out of the bases loaded jam. Will head to the bottom of the second. Lefties with a chance to make a comeback.
Want to be part of an experience of a lifetime? Want free tickets for the rest of the season?
Roberto Garza Nunez puts this up in the air to center, but Crosland tracks that one down for the first out. Did some digging earlier today. Garza Nunez set the single season hits record for this franchise with 63 last season, and earlier in this season set the career hits record between the Kitsap Blue Jackets and the Port Angeles Lefties. But it's Brett Haggerty at the plate now as he fouls that one off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. It's Shea Lake on the mound for Victoria. His 0-1 delivery. Another foul tip there for strike 2. Lake heading into this one. This is his 5th game, 4th start for the HarbourCats. Had a 1-2-3 inning to start this one. The 0-2. Far outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lake out of Hawaii Pacific University. 11 games, 8 starts there in his sophomore season. His 1-2 delivery down and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Haggerty out of Yakima Valley College, who we've seen pitch a couple times for the Lefties as of late. The 2-2. Also outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes full on Haggerty. The payoff pitch. That's chopped foul. We'll do it again. Haggerty came into the game as a pinch hitter yesterday. Did not notch a hit, but the day prior drew a pair of walks. Looking for another one here. A long hold from Lake. Now he kicks and deals. A swing and a miss to retire Haggerty. First strikeout of the evening for Lake.
Next at the bat, first baseman number 24, Julio Vasquez Jr.
Who has only had a season-long outing of 4 innings. Lake has. But with Hawaii Pacific, he had 3 quality starts on the year. Went 7 innings in one of those, 6 innings in the other 2. Julio Vasquez Jr. at the plate, and he swings and misses at the first delivery for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on the man out of Henderson State. The next delivery, outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vasquez Jr., his .393 on base percentage is good for 3rd on the team. Saw him pinch hit yesterday. The 1-1. Nearly clipped the elbow of Vasquez Jr., but he's able to back off of it for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lake kicks and deals and finds the zone there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So I haven't seen Vasquez Jr. in the lineup all that often. But when he is there, he can get on base at a high clip. The 2-2. Just outside. Count goes full again. We have a good number of full counts between the Lefties and the HarbourCats thus far today. And we're only in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 3-2. Down and away. Vasquez Jr. draws a walk. There's a reason he has a high on-base percentage, and it's because of his ability to do that. Sends us to Jason Leone.
Next up, short
Hey, you go
stop
back
for
to
the
Julio
second,
Vasquez
Jason
getting that
Leone.
walk and that high on-base percentage. It's like you said, he has a good job of just waiting for the right pitch, and unfortunately it didn't come. But the Lefties do have a runner on base.
Their first base runner of this evening after Lake retired the first 5 hitters. Leone at the plate as he takes a strike there. Leone has some pop to his bat, has notched 25 hits on the year, 6 doubles. That's second on the team. There's a pickoff attempt on Vasquez Jr., who slides back in safely. Leone only behind Roberto Garza Nunez, who has notched 10 two-baggers on the season. Lake delivers, and that's chopped foul for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. HarbourCats with a 2-0 lead after putting up a pair of runs in the top of this inning. Lefties looking to stoke a 2-out rally. As there's another pickoff attempt. It's a good one in. They get Vasquez Jr. on the tag from Artsberger. So a pair of 1, 2, 3 innings for Lake after that pickoff attempt. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. HarbourCats already with a 2-0 lead. And we'll send Cam Schneider, Sky Collins, and Kara Marusevic up to the plate.
Schneider.
Colby Schuber, after giving up a pair of runs in the top of the second, back out. Cam Schneider at the plate. The first delivery to him is grounded towards the left side. Yar Ramirez gobbles it up and slings it across the diamond to retire Schneider after one pitch in the inning. A pair of groundouts for Schneider in this one. Brings up the man who started the scoring for the HarbourCats. He got a single in the second inning to lead off that frame. Later came around to score. First offering to him finds the zone at the knees for strike one. No balls, one strike. Schuber kicks and deals, but this one down low for ball one. One ball, one strike on the man out of Fresno State University, who now has hits in 11 of his last 12 games and flares this to right. Suzuki gets under it. And quickly, 2 outs in the inning for Colby Schuber.
Next up to bat, designated hitter number 25, Kareem Arusave.
So we saw Colby Schuber in the first inning did give up a hit, but quickly 3 outs after that. Now quickly 2 outs in this inning after a little bit of a raucous second. But when Schuber is on, he is one of the best pitchers in the West Coast League. His first delivery to Arusevic is chopped foul for strike one. No balls, one strike. Arusevic flew out to center in his first plate appearance. The 0-1. That skips in front of the plate for ball one. One ball, one strike. Arusevic was a little bit of a late addition to the lineup for the HarbourCats in game one, but has now appeared in all 3 games as he fouls this one off for strike two. One ball, 2 strikes. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, but still with 3 hits in this series, 4 total against the lefties. The 1-2. Skipped in front of the plate again for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it's Travis Helm behind the plate, giving a little bit of a rest to the man who just set a Port Angeles single season record in Jack Cleveno.
Very well deserved as well.
As that draws the swing and a miss from Arusevic. So a 1-2-3 inning for Schuber. We'll head to the bottom of the third. HarbourCats up 2-0, but the lefties looking for a comeback.
Is this a new pitcher on the bump? No, it's just... I don't know. This just seemed like a really long break.
Jason Leon, we saw him in the bottom of the second, but he did not get to finish his at-bat as the inning ended when Julio Vasquez Jr. was picked off, but now back up to the dish for what is technically his first opportunity. The first delivery in there for a strike from Lake. No balls, one strike on the man out of Cal State Bakersfield. The 0-1. Down low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lake has given up a base runner. Julio Vasquez Jr. drew a walk, but then was picked off. So a pair of 1, 2, 3 innings for the man on the mound as Jason Leone hacks at that one and misses for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leone, this is his first summer in the West Coast League, but did play in the Western Canadian League in 2022 and swings and misses at that one for the second strikeout of the outing for Lake. The last time Lake pitched was in a 19-5 win over Kelowna. He only won an inning, did not start that game. It was his lone appearance that was not a start for the HarbourCats. Helm at the plate. The 8-hole hitter, so that first pitch finds the zone. No balls, 1 strike now. On Helm. Lake strides and shoots, and that's chopped towards the left side. Hall will pick it up and toss it over. And to retire Helm, the throw just beats him by a couple steps. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Jared Bahanda, the 9-hole hitter, looking to extend this inning and avoid giving Lake another 1, 2, 3 inning.
Well, he had a lot of momentum coming into his little tenure with the Lefties. Let's hope he can continue that momentum and get the Lefties, get a little rally going.
Bahanda had a pair of hits yesterday, 3 total on the West Coast League season. Waves and misses at that one for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. So Bahanda was hitless in his first couple West Coast League games with the Lefties, but has hits in 2 straight. That one outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Verlack, the battery mate with Lake today. Artsberger at first, Antillion at second, Hall at short, and Schneider at third. The 1-1. That hits Bahanda. He will reach base as that glances off his foot.
Well, that's one way to get a 2-out rally going.
So Bahanda will send us to the top of the order. Ya Ramirez, who grounded out in his first at-bat, gets another chance.
You see the sun is still in the eyes of the third baseman and left fielder. Ya Ramirez got to hit one over there.
So there's a pickoff attempt on Bahanda, who slides back in safely. Ya is hitless across his last 2 days, but that's coming off of an 8-game hitting streak. The first delivery from a Lake, breaking ball, does not get the call. 1 ball and no strikes on the man, headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Came into this one with 23 hits in West Coast League play. There's another pickoff attempt on Bahanda. Lake wanted that call, but Bahanda slides back in safely. That's a good pickoff move that Lake has. Lefties, base runners will have to be careful. Second inning ended on a pickoff, a successful one from Lake. The 1-0. That's popped up in the air to center. Crosland coming in and will retire Ramirez. So the Lefties get another base runner, but are still hitless now through 3 innings. We'll head to the top of the 4th. HarbourCats up 2-0.
Top of the 4th when I bring you back in. Standings check, top of the 4th. Thank you for playing.
Top of the fourth inning. Colby Schubert still on the mound after a 1-2-3 third frame. Tyrus Hall at the plate. The first delivery to him is a swing and a miss for strike one. No balls, one strike. Hall scored the second run of this evening's affair off of a single in the second inning. The 0-1. Just misses the zone for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike now on the shortstop. Colbert strides and shoots for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tyrus Hall, the 7-hole hitter from Victoria. Originally also played for the HarbourCats last summer. The 1-2. Just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So Hall now on a 6-game hitting streak and has scored a run in 6 straight games. The 2-2. That's grounded towards the left side, but will go foul. Yal Ramirez tried to make a play there, but no play to be made as that goes out of play. So Hall in his freshman college season hit .306 at the NGCA double-A school, and he swings and misses at that one. Schubert gets his second punch out and has sent down 5 straight HarbourCat batters. Brings up 8-hole hitter Jake Verlack.
Number 28, Jake Verlack.
Verlack in the second inning was part of a string of 3 straight singles. It was a 4-hit frame for Victoria. Schubert's first delivery right down central for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now on Verlack, who's committed to Miami University, Ohio in the Mid-American Conference. The 0-1 taken up high for ball 1. So Verlack's season debut was just a couple days ago at Ridgefield. The 1-1. Check swing, but he went for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schubert looking for his 3rd straight strikeout. The 1-2. That's popped up in the air to right. Kosei Suzuki going to his left and will track it for the out. So Schubert misses his chance at a 3rd straight strikeout. He has good punch-out numbers. He holds the single-game record this season for the Lefties. Had 11 punch-outs in his quality start on June 23rd against Kelowna. Already has 2 of them today. Isaiah Thompson at the plate. The first delivery is fouled off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Thompson is a likely victim to strike out. 41 punch-outs on the year to lead his team. Also leads his team in walks, though. The 0-1 in front of the plate for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Thompson, with a hit in the second inning, is starting to break out of a slump. As hits in 2 of the 3 games of this series went hitless yesterday. The 1-1. Taken low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Thompson played in the MLB Draft League in 2023, but went to Cal State Fullerton as he grounds this to Leon. It's going to be a tough play with a speedy runner in Thompson, and he beats out the infield single for his second hit of the day. Had a pair of hits in the first game of this series, notches another pair here. Top of the order for the HarbourCats, Michael Crosland, 1 for 2 on the day with a double in the first. There's a pickoff attempt on Thompson, who gets back in safely. So Crosland, with that first inning double, takes the team lead in 2 baggers for Victoria. So first delivery to him, down low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Crosland had a double yesterday to tie the team lead. There's another pickoff attempt But with that first inning double, takes the team lead. He was tied with 2 other hitters. Just recently joined the team, the 1-0 to him. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is only his 10th game with the HarbourCats this season. Of course, played for Victoria last summer. Another pickoff attempt. So now in his 10th game, Crosland has hits in 8 of them. That's why he's hitting over 300. The 1-1, runner goes from first. This is hit into left field. Giesig will have to go back, and that hits the wall. Likely another double for Crosland. Thompson is being waved home. He's a speedy runner, and he will get in without even a throw. So an RBI double for Crosland, already with 2 extra base hits on the day. And Thompson, who was off with the pitch, it was easy for him to make it home. So the HarbourCats now with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Schubert did a good job retiring the first 2 hitters of this inning, but has given up back-to-back hits. The 2-hole hitter, Gunnar Antillian, 0 for 1 on the day with the walk in the second inning, back up to the right-handed batter's box. Schubert's first offering is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Antillian. Schubert winds and deals. That's taken down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Home plate umpire is Anthony Brown today. He's been very good. Across this entire series, this is a very good crew as time is called. So we'll reset a little bit. It's Anthony Brown behind the plate, Anthony Artney in the field. The runner on second is Crosland. The man at the plate is Antillian. The 2-0. Down low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is, of course, open, but it's Michelle Artsberger who stands in the on-deck circle. The 3-0. Get me over pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Antillian, originally from Upland, California, which is where Lefties outfielder Jeremy Giesig is from. The 3-1. In there for another strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Antillian, with that second inning walk, is now on a 20-game on-base streak and has reached base in 21 of the 22 games he's played in. That's a good mark for him. The payoff pitch. That's rocketed towards the left side and will poke through for a base hit. Crosland is being waved home. The throw from Giesig won't get there in time as it's cut off by Ramirez. RBI single for Antillian. His 14th RBI of the season. And his second against Port Angeles. So Artsberger gets back up to the dish. A pair of flyouts for him. 1 to left in the second inning. 1 to center in the first inning. It's a pickoff attempt on Antillian, who has 9 stolen bases on the season. 3 against Port Angeles, 1 coming in this series. Schubert strides and shoots. It's that one just outside the zone for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. It has been a good zone from Brown, but Schubert not getting the calls on the corners. The 1-0. That's hit into left. Giesig tracking it and grabs it on a line for the out. So the HarbourCats put up 2 more. They have one of the best offenses in the West Coast League. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Victoria with a 4-0 lead.
Very owned, family-owned Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, he's just not seeing the 5th inning.
Kosei Suzuki gets his second chance out of the 2-hole. He has 3 hits in this series, one of them coming yesterday, to go along with a pair of walks. Lake still on the mound. He fires a strike in there at the top of the zone. Suzuki out of Frank Phillips College. He's 3rd on the team in hits. The 0-1. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitter from Saitama, Japan. The 1-1 is grounded foul for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kosei, the right fielder for the Lefties today. Hitting out of the 2-hole as he's upped his average a good amount in the past couple weeks as that 1-2 up high. For ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Suzuki with hits in his last 2 games had a 5-game hitting streak that was broken right before this slim 2-game hitting streak. So that 2-2 pitch blocked in the dirt by Verlack for ball 3. So Suzuki swinging a hot bat. The leadoff hitter for the Lefties, Yara Ramirez, also swinging a hot bat as of late. That's why they are the top 2 hitters in the lineup. The payoff from Lake is flared into right field. Collins giving chase, and he will get it right at the line to retire Suzuki. A long run there for Collins.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 16,
We talked to
Jeremy Giese.
Lefties, HarbourCats broadcaster Graham Morrison before the game yesterday. Talked to him again today. He talked about it. All of their outfielders are natural-born center fielders. Very good defenders. Jeremy Giese got the play, and he hits this into right field. Collins coming in, Artsberger and Antillion going out, and there will be a collision. And it seems Antillion is the one who grabbed that. No, it was Collins in right. Hopefully those 2 are okay as they collide. But it is Collins who comes out.
That's why communication is so important in that outfield there.
It's hard when the action is going, but it seems everyone is okay, Antillion and Collins. Roberto Garza Nunez at the plate. First delivery to him is also hit into right field. Collins will just have to take a couple steps in. 3 straight flyouts to him, and Shea Lake is looking good through 4 innings. No hits against him. HarbourCats with a 4-0 lead after that quick inning will head to the top of the 5th.
Next up to bat.
Pitching change for Port Angeles. Colby Schuber's day is done after 4 innings, giving up 4 runs. It's Ryan Wyke on the mound for the Lefties now. One of the elder statesmen of this Port Angeles squad. Facing off against 4-hole hitter Cam Schneider. White kicks and deals. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the man out of Fresno State University. Similar to yesterday, just because the lineup is so similar. A bunch of pairs of teammates in their college seasons. That next one goes outside for ball 1. The man on deck, Sky Collins, similar to Schneider, also out of Fresno State. Have a couple ULM guys in the lineup yesterday, but not today. Only Artsberger as that next pitch down low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. So Jake Haggard getting a day off today out of ULM. Wyke's 3-0 delivery. Finds the zone for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Just clipped the corner there. Schneider with a pair of groundouts in this one. 1 in the third, 1 in the first inning. Wyke's 3-1 delivery. Also finds the zone. Schneider started making a move towards first base, but Wyke gets the call there to run the count full. Good job from him to battle back. His payoff. That's grounded towards the left side. A long run from Leon, but he's able to get there. And a quick throw. And a good stretch from Vasquez Jr. That was an impressive defensive play. We've seen Leon recently be really close to that third base line, but he's able to make the move towards the middle of the infield. And the good play is completed by a stellar stretch there over at first from Julio Vasquez Jr. Sky Collins 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a run scored at the plate. Wyke's first delivery is fouled off for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. So Wyke out of the University of Jamestown. This is his 15th appearance in West Coast League play, at least this season. The 0-1. That's down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Wyke pitched for the Lefties in 2021 and 2022. The 1-1. That's flared foul and will head towards the Civic Field Beer Garden. Nearly hits our athletic trainer, Sydney Mooring, who moves out of the way. She's been hit by a couple of baseballs. Hopefully she didn't get struck by that one. The 1-2. That's just dribbled up the middle. Garza Nunez charges in and retires. Collins there, a speedy runner. Roberto Garza Nunez, we saw him at third yesterday, but he seems to be a much better defender at that second base position.
Yeah, like you talked about yesterday, it seemed like he was pretty much owning that second base position. Pretty much all the balls looked like they were just hitting his way.
Now Karim Arusevic, 0 for 2 on the day. One of a couple guys in this HarbourCats lineup who has not recorded a base knock today. Wyke's first delivery. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Wyke started his career at Centralia College, moved over to Edmonds College, and now at the University of Jamestown, an NAIA school. That 1-0 pitch down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, when I first heard University of Jamestown, I was expecting an East Coast school, but it is, in fact, in North Dakota. The 2-0. That finds the zone for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. On Arusevic.
Ryan Wyke, we've seen in many positions, really good at fighting back in these counts.
As that next pitch down and away for ball 3, we'll have to fight back in this one. So Arusevic, 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 2 today. but still 3 hits in the series. The 3-1. That's grounded towards the right side. Garza Nunez bobbles it a little bit, and Arusevic is able to beat out the late throw from Garza Nunez. An error to Garza Nunez, and Arusevic extends this inning at least one more batter.
Shortstop number 4, Tyrus Hall.
Tyrus Hall 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout in his last plate appearance to go along with a run scored. Now with 2 hits this series. The first delivery. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hall hit .250 for the HarbourCats last summer as an incoming freshman. Now heading into a sophomore season. It's hitting even better for the HarbourCats as that is an unsuccessful pickoff attempt. So Hall, the hometown kid for Victoria. HarbourCats have a couple of guys like that on the roster. Another pickoff attempt. That's unsuccessful. Lefties themselves have a couple of hometown kids. Logan of Port Angeles, John Vara, Cole Acker. The 1-0. Runner goes from first. The throw from Helm is high. The tag gets him. Garza Nunez laid that one down to make it a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Wyke. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through this one. HarbourCats up 4-0. Shea Lake is dealing through 4 innings of work. No hits against him, only 2 base runners. 1 he erased on a pickoff. Brett Haggerty looking to change that. The first delivery to him is up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the designated hitter today. The 1-0. That's a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Haggerty did strike out swinging in his first plate appearance. The next delivery in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Haggerty was swinging a good bat. Hitless in his last 2, but again, drawing 2 walks in the first game of this series. That next pitch outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 5th. Victoria up 4-0. Lefties still searching for their first hit of this evening's affair. The 3-1. And that's a walk for Brett Haggerty, who's been seeing the ball really well the past couple days, drawing 3 walks in as many days.
Next up to bat, first baseman.
Gives way to Julio Vasquez Jr., who was the first base runner for the Lefties in this one. Drew a walk in the second inning. high on base percentage guy. Looking to get a hit here or move Haggerty over. That first pitch up high for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm not sure if we saw Julio even swing at a single pitch in the first at bat in a walk he drew. Did swing once. As I'm corrected, swings there again for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thank you, as always, to our analytics intern, Tyler Oshima. Always making sure I'm saying correct stuff on the broadcast. A long hold from Lake. Now he offers. That's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. So only 2 swings so far for Julio today. Has drawn a walk, looking for another one here, if not a base hit. The 2-1. That's foul tipped for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 3 swings for Julio. Vasquez Jr. out of Henderson State University, sporting that helmet, if you're wondering why he's wearing a maroon helmet with an H on top of it. Plays for the Reddies, entering his senior year there, as there's a pickoff attempt on Brett Haggerty, who slides back in safely. So when Julio is in the starting lineup, he's reached base in all but 1 game he has more than 1 at bat in. And hey, single is the same as a walk as he hits this one sky high into left. Thompson going over, but that one will go out of play. Julio now with 17 walks on the West Coast League season. That's towards the top of the leaderboard. And Vasquez Jr. only has 71 at-bats. So he draws a walk at a high clip for the number of times he's at the plate. The 2-2. That's a swing and a foul tip to retire Julio Vasquez Jr. as Verlac holds on to that one. 3rd strikeout for Shea Lake, who is in his longest outing of the year. Previously, he was at 4 innings, but again, he was a starter at Hawaii Pacific. So this comes at no surprise to anyone who's followed the career of Shea Lake. Jason Leone at the plate. The first delivery is waved at and missed for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Leone, the second strikeout victim of Lake, doing so in the 3rd inning. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-1. That's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leone, the shortstop for the Lefties, has been moved down the lineup in recent weeks, trying to find his stroke again. The 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Already mentioned it, but he does have a good number of extra base hits. 6 doubles on the year, with a home run to boot. And he's towards the top of the team in runs batted in. Had 1 yesterday to put him at 19. The 2-1. Down and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lefties still don't have a hit in this one, but 3 free passes, 2 walks, and 1 hit by pitch. Brett Haggerty is at first off of the second walk of this outing for Lake. His 3-1. That's chopped towards the left side. Schneider coming in. It'll be a tough play, and he won't be able to make it. Ruled an error. We'll see if that call sticks. It was a tough play for Schneider to try to make, but there will be a mound visit here, and it seems a signal to the bullpen. So still no hits for the Lefties, but it seems Lake might be coming out of this one, and yes, he is. So we'll take a quick break here in the bottom of the 5th. Only 1 out. Lefties with a pair of base runners looking to come back as they trail 4-0. Pitching change for Victoria. It's Nick Freyers on the mound. This pitching change is sponsored by Clallam County Juvenile and Family Services. A child needs your help. You can be a voice for an abused or neglected child in Clallam County. Contact Clallam County Juvenile and Family Services Child Advocate Program to volunteer at 360-417-2282. That's 360-417-2282. Let's take a look at the West Coast League standings very quickly as Travis Helm is coming up to the plate. Wenatchee Apple Sox on top in the North Division in the second half at 9-4. Bellingham Bells and Nanaimo Night Owls tied at 7-6. Port Angeles Lefties alone in fourth at 7-7. Edmonton Riverhawks at 6-7. HarbourCats at 6-8. Falcons at 6-8, and North Paws at 5-9 to round out the North Division. Helm at the plate to face Freyers. So that next pitch goes in for strike one. This is the fifth game for the man on the mound. Out of Virginia Commonwealth University from North Vancouver originally. The 0-1. That's a swing and a miss for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes on Helm, who grounded out too short in his first plate appearance. The 0-2. That's in the opposite batter's box for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Helm, who is currently on a 7-game on-base streak. 5 hits, 7 walks, 4 runs, and 2 RBI in that span. The 1-2. Taken down low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It looks like we have a couple of seagulls who have invaded the field. 3 of them flying over right field as we speak.
You think it'll be a foul ball if you hit a seagull?
That's a great question. As that 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. So second strikeout of this inning for Victoria pitchers, 1 from Lake. That one from Freyers for the second out of the inning. Runner on second for the Lefties is Brett Haggerty. Runner on first is Jason Leone. That was switched to a hit for the Lefties as it was just chopped up the third base line. So the Lefties are no longer hitless. That first pitch to Jared Buhanda down low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Buhanda was hit by a pitch in the third inning. He was the Lefties' second base runner of the game. The 1-0. That's fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Buhanda, with hits in his last 2 games, looking for one here. He's already notched his first RBI of the West Coast League season. Would love another one. Of course, not his first RBI in the West Coast League. Played for the Bellingham Bells a couple summers ago. The 1-1 from Freyers. It's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the man out of Cal State Bakersfield. Check back in at second, and Buhanda fouls that one off for strike 2. Freyers just wrapped up his freshman year at VCU. And originally from British Columbia, though, so staying close to home for summer ball. The 2-2. That's down and gets away from Verlack behind the plate. Both runners will advance. So beyond getting an additional runner in scoring position for the Lefties, also makes it so the only force out that's possible is at first base on a ground out. And the count goes full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. HarbourCats up 4-0. Buhanda trying to cut that deficit. The next delivery is grounded towards the right side. Artsberger fields. Freyers is covering, but he drops it. 1 run will score for the Lefties. That's Haggerty. And Leone will come across the plate. That's an error, likely on the pitcher. On that grab, he was covering, but it went off his glove. And 2 runs score for Port Angeles. Bahanda will take second as that ball went out of play.
Yeah, just remember, just because it's deemed a routine play doesn't mean it's always going to be a routine play. Sometimes things go bad, and for the Lefties' case, it did go bad in that situation, and they capitalized, got 2 runs, and now they're back in it.
Now a 2-run deficit for the Lefties. Port Angeles still only with 1 hit in this one. Ya Ramirez looking for a second hit to hopefully drive home Jared Bahanda. Freyer's on the mound, checks back in on Bahanda, now delivers. Down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. After Bahanda's first game in a Lefties uniform, it was a good one for him. We interviewed him. He's a dancer on the base paths. We'll tell you why after this next pitch, the 1-0. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Bahanda told us it was kind of something he's always done. Likes to get in the head of the opposing pitcher, and he says it works. The 2-0. Down and away for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Freyer's not paying all that much attention to Bahanda on the base paths, but we saw in the first game the opposing pitcher was certainly taking a bunch of looks back there. As Freyer's just took a couple. As that 3-0 pitch down low, 4-pitch walk for Ya Ramirez. So even if Freyer's didn't take too many looks back at Bahanda, gave up a 4-pitch walk there, you have to wonder if Bahanda had a little bit of influence on that one. As did Ya Ramirez, of course, who looked off a bunch of close pitches to the zone. So now a mound visit for Victoria as Kosei Suzuki is headed up to the dish.
See Don Bray over there giving him some suggestions on where to hit the ball, and it looks like Kosei might try to do that, but like you said, we've got runners on first and second, and inning's not over yet. Let's see if the Lefties can get some more on the board.
Lefties have scored both of their runs with 2 outs, and with runners on first and second, looking for more. Kosei Suzuki, the man, third on this team in hits. Hoping for another. Runner on second is Bahanda. Runner on first is Ya Ramirez as that first pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Freyers on the mound looking to get out of this jam. Couple of looks back at Bahanda. Now is 1 out. That's fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Freyers. Suzuki 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a ground out. The 1-1. That's fouled off again for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freyers at VCU only appeared in 3 games as a freshman. 21.60 ERA across an inning and 2/3. Bahanda dancing at second. Now the 1-2. Up and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. On the man out of Frank Phillips College. The next delivery, runner goes from second. That's Bahanda, but it's a foul ball, so he'll have to return to second. So Bahanda hasn't been too risky on the base paths, despite dancing on them. That's one of the first times we've seen him steal. Freyers out of VCU, a D1 school in the A-10. Won the A-10 to go to the NCAA tournament. That 2-2 pitch is fouled off again. Freyers and his VCU team, even though they beat Wake Forest, the number 22 team in the country, 1-0, fell to the University of Evansville and then East Carolina to end their season. Is 2-2. That's popped up in the air. Going into foul territory is Artsberger, as is Verlack, but that hits the netting above home plate. We mentioned it time and time again. that netting above home plate prevents the catcher behind the plate from making too many plays. That one goes in the favor of the lefties. It's been a mixed bag going in favor of the opposing team versus the lefties. Freyers shakes off his catcher a couple times. Now this is hit into the outfield. That'll get down for a base hit. Puhanda headed for the plate. He will score. An aggressive base runner will be held up at third on that double from Kosei Suzuki, who shows off the golf swing with his RBI double celebration.
And it looked like that little conversation he had with Brave paid off. He hits that line drive right there to left field, and the lefties score another run, and all of a sudden we got a one-run ball game.
And still 2 runners in scoring position for the team leader in RBI. That's Jeremy Giesig. He has 23 on the year. Kosei Suzuki just notched his 33rd hit of the West Coast League season. The man at the plate with 56. First delivery to him up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Giesig got to be patient with this at-bat. Keep working Frere.
Giesig 0 for 2 on the day with the ground out and a fly out. The 1-0 is fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Giesig leads the West Coast League in hits. Has cooled off just a little bit according to his standards, but coming to this one, still hitting .333. The 1-1. That's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He would really like that one back.
Yeah, he tried to pull that one back, but his momentum was taking him too far forward on that one.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. HarbourCats still up 4-3, but Giesig looking to change that. Can take the lead with 1 swing of the bat. The 1-2. That's well outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's Ramirez at third. Kosei Suzuki at second, who definitely can score on a single. Not the fastest runner on this Port Angeles squad, but he's still pretty quick. The 2-2. That's put up in the air, high in the air to left. Thompson going over towards the line, will get under it and retire Giesig. Giesig knew he was out off the bat. So the lefties put up 3 runs in the frame to make this a much tighter one. Ryan Wyke headed back out on the mound for Port Angeles. We'll head to the top of the 6th. We're more than halfway through this one. Lefties only trail by 1 now. Tyrus Hall at the dish, 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a run scored, and a strikeout. Ryan Wyke on the mound for 2nd inning of work as Tyrus Hall squares up to bunt but pulls back at a pitch down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the 7-hole hitter. The 1-0. Just low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Hall, of course, a Victoria native. Ryan Wyke, almost a Port Angeles native, of course, from Bonnie Lake, Washington, but he's been in Port Angeles now for 3 summers. The 2-0 not getting the calls. White will have to work back in this at-bat, but it's a 4-pitch walk for Hall, who reaches base for the second time today. The bottom of the order for the HarbourCats have done really well. They've had 7 plate appearances between the 3 of them. The 7, 8, and 9 hitter has only been retired twice. 4 hits and a walk that Tyrus Hall just drew. Jake Verlack at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day with one of those singles. Yao Ramirez at third, creeped in. That next pitch gets away from Helm, but not far enough away for Tyrus Hall to try to make a move to second. I already mentioned it earlier. Hall coming to this one, tied for second in the West Coast League for stolen bases. So is a big, big threat to go. As there's a pickoff attempt on Hall. Ryan Weig, very familiar with the speed of Tyrus. Verlack in his second game of the series against the Lefties. The 1-0 as the runner goes. Helm looking for his second caught stealing of the game, and he gets him. A good strike there from Travis. And Tyrus Hall will have to go back to the dugout.
He saw Jack Cleveno get that record yesterday, and he said, I'm going to attack that one too. 2 beautiful, well thrown outs by Travis Helm.
Helm coming to this one and only caught Steelers at a 14.71% clip outside. So Wyke has thrown 7 straight pitches outside the strike zone. He kicks and deals and gets one right down central on a get-me-over pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike now. To Verlack out of Mesa Community College. Hit .387 there as a freshman. The 3-1 pitch finds the zone for strike 2. Count goes full. Wyke's doing a good job of battling back in this plate appearance. Verlack in 18 games this past year at Mesa Community College, only 186. Have to assume injury involved there. As the payoff pitch, just below the knees for ball 4. So 2 straight walks to open up this inning. But 1 runner retired off of a caught stealing as a pair of catchers come out to talk to Ryan Wyke. Travis Helm, the main catcher, and also Julio Vasquez Jr., who is playing first, also out there on the mound to console their pitcher, Ryan Wyke. Takuma Sato warming up in the bullpen for the Lefties. A little bit of a long conversation here between Helm, Wyke, and Julio Vasquez Jr.
Probably just to give him a break. Calm him down and let him get back into that rhythm.
Interesting. All 3 of those players on the mound. Returners to Port Angeles. Helm and Vasquez Jr. teammates last season. Helm also played for the Lefties briefly in 2022, so teammates with Ryan Wyke then. But now all 3 of them on the same squad for the first time. Isaiah Thompson at the plate. He squares up to bunt, and there's a swing there. Does not make contact. Verlack was off, so gets a stolen base on that wild pitch, but goes for strike 1. No, ruled ball 1. I guess Thompson somehow, some way was able to pull the bat back. Don't know how he managed that one. The 1-0. That's flared into foul territory. Vasquez Jr. giving chase, but that'll go out of play for strike 1. Isaiah Thompson, 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles and a run scored. So 4 hits now in 10 at-bats this series against the Lefties. A big leadoff for Verlack at second, who already has a stolen base. His first stolen base of this West Coast League season, had a pair of them with Nanaimo in 2022, as Thompson fouls that one off for strike 2. So Verlack in his first summer with Victoria, but not his first summer in the West Coast League. Of course, the owner of the HarbourCats, Jim Swanson, also owns the Nanaimo Night Owls. The 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. Ryan Wyke notches his first strikeout of this outing. And punch-outs come in bunches for Wyke in his last 5 appearances. He either has 0 strikeouts or 2 strikeouts. So with 2 outs in the inning, looking for another punch-out here of Michael Crosland. That first pitch finds the zone. Crosland 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of doubles to take the team lead in 2 baggers and a run scored. The 0-1. That's popped up but hits the netting above home plate for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Wyke 1 strike away from getting another punch out. Michael Crosland, one of the best hitters on this Victoria squad. Only has 9 strikeouts on the season. The 0-2. He just 9 strikeouts, but has averaged 1 strikeout a game heading into this one. Wyke looking for another. Runner goes, but that's fouled off. So Verlack will have to return to second. As a catcher, you don't see too many catchers try to steal bases, but Verlack already has a stolen base in this frame off of a wild pitch. Potentially a hit-and-run situation there. The 0-2. That's in the opposite batter's box for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Crosland in 10 games for Victoria, already 5 multi-hit games. So he has multiple hits in half of the games he's played in for the HarbourCats. The 2-2. Down and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes full on Crosland, who works it from an 0-2 count all the way up to full. Wyke looking for his second straight punch out. His payoff is roped towards the left side. That'll get through for a base hit. Verlack being waved home. The throw from Giesig will not get there in time, as Verlack extends the HarbourCats lead back up to 2 runs.
Next up to bat, second baseman, number 20, Gunnar Antillion.
As head coach Donald Bray coming out to make a mound visit here. This might be one of Wyke's final appearances at Civic Field, if not his final one. Has to be emotional for him, as this is his 3rd season with the Lefties. We'll stay on air just a little bit longer to recap the career of Ryan Wyke. Started with the Lefties in 2021, had a 3.92 ERA across 18 and a thirds innings, as Wyke is staying on the mound for a little while longer. He will finally exit as he hands the ball in a Lefties uniform. So he gives off handshakes to his teammates. We'll take a quick break, introduce you to Takuma Sato, our new pitcher, when we come back.
Now pitching number 14, Takuma Sato.
Yeah, you could tell that was his last one, the way Bray shook his hand. Bray never shakes his hand. Are you gonna be okay? I can try. It hasn't been letting me all night.
Gunnar Antillian will be the first batter that Takuma Sato out of Mount Hood Community College faces. Antillian 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a walk, and a pop-up to the first baseman, Vasquez Jr. Runner on first is Michael Crosland as part of a 3-hit day. Sato's first delivery as Crosland heads to second. The tag on Crosland gets him. The third caught stealing for Travis Helm in this one. Sato only has to throw one pitch and it gets one out. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The HarbourCats put up 1 run, and so they're leading 5-3. Lefties So the career hits leader in Port Angeles and Kitsap history, Roberto Garza Nunez. Freyer's on the mound. The first delivery outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. HarbourCats leading 5-3 in this one, bottom of the 6th. As Freyer's 1-0 delivery is grounded towards the left side. Schneider will field and sling it over to retire Garza Nunez, who's 0 for 3 on the day. But again, set the single season hits record for the Lefties last season. I asked him earlier if he even knew that, and he said he did not. He kind of laughed and was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know I had that. I personally didn't know he had it either until I went digging earlier today. So the first pitch to Brett Haggerty is hit into center. Crosland just takes a couple steps over. So 1 pitch and another out on Haggerty, who scored the first run in this one for the Lefties.
Next up, first baseman number 24, Julio Vasquez Jr.
So quickly, 2 outs in this frame. Vasquez Jr. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Gets another crack at Freyers. A long hold from him. Now he kicks and deals. Just up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Freyers kicks and deals. That one down and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the man out of Henderson State. Lefties sporting their black jerseys and pinstripe bottoms, while the HarbourCats with navy blue jerseys and gray pants. 2-0 up high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Vasquez Jr. looking for his second walk of the day. Has already reached base once. The 3-0. Get me over pitch, finds it. Vasquez Jr. nearly tossed his bat as if it was ball 4, but just clips the inner edge. Now the 3-1 delivery. Check swing, and he went on the appeal down to Anthony Artney. So the count goes full with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Freyer's next delivery is popped up in the air to center. Crosland going back towards the wall, and he'll snag it just a couple steps in front of it. So a hard hit ball for Julio, but the inning is over. We're 2/3 the way through this one. HarbourCats leading at 5-3 with 3 innings left.
That's something we'd have to, like, the next day look.
Gunnar Antillion back up to the plate. We saw him in the 6th inning, but a runner was caught stealing by Travis Helm to end that frame. Takuma Sato, who only needed one pitch to get one out, that was that caught stealing, back on the mound as he tosses it. Grounded towards Ya Ramirez, who slings it over to first base. And that's the first out of the inning. Off of one pitch, so 2 pitches, 2 outs for Takuma Sato. So far, working it quickly.
Next up, first baseman, number 5.
Good job by Ya Ramirez, keeping that ball
Artsberger.
close to his body so he could complete that play right there.
This is one of the better defensive alignments we've seen for the lefties on the infield. As the first pitch to Artsberger is fouled off towards the left side for strike 1. Ramirez has played short, but he seems to be more natural at third base. Leon's a good shortstop. Garza Nunez has played electric defense at second. And Julio Vasquez Jr. is also a pretty good picker over there at first. Now, next delivery to Artsberger, down low for ball 1. 1 ball at 1 strike on Artsberger, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Sato delivers a looper that goes up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Another delivery is taken for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on the man out of ULM, who's still looking for his first hit of the day. The 2-2. Down low, count goes full on the man. Originally from Puerto Rico, born there, but also from Lawton, Oklahoma. The payoff from Sato. That's fouled off on a line for technically still strike 2. The count will remain the same on the first baseman. Again, we mentioned it yesterday. A little bit of a shorter stature for a man manning first. The next payoff is also fouled off. A good number of pitches in this at-bat for Sato. 7 so far. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. HarbourCats up 5-3. The 3-2 is chopped up the middle. Garza Nunez trying to make a play on it. Picks it up. A quick throw, but not picked by Vasquez Jr. Artsberger headed for second as Vasquez Jr. retrieves it. Artsberger will stop at second. Ruled a single, and Artsberger advances to second on the error.
Next up to bat, third baseman, number 54, Cam Schneider.
Brings us to Cam Schneider, a 4-hole hitter who's had a trio of groundouts today. A ground out to second, third, and short. The only one he's looking for is a ground out to the first baseman. Sato's first delivery is popped up high in the air. Garza Nunez tracking it and will tap it nearly at the same time as Artsberger touches.
Before, thought it was going to happen again today.
Could have been an inning-ending double play, but nonetheless, Sky Collins will get a chance. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single in his first at-bat, and a run scored, as that's fouled off for strike 1. Collins opened the scoring in this one. In the second inning, it was a pair of runs for the HarbourCats. Then they put up 2 more in the 4th and a 1 last inning to put them at 5 runs. The 0-1 from Sato, a curveball just up high for ball 2. 2 balls, excuse me. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right fielder. The next delivery. That's grounded towards the right side. Garza Nunez is able to field it and toss it over to Vasquez Jr. to end the inning. A quick inning and a third of work for Takuma Sato. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Lefties trail 5-3, but have another chance at a comeback. It's Garrett Villa on the mound for the HarbourCats. A right-handed pitcher originally from Houston, Texas. This is his 11th game for the HarbourCats this season. 14 2/3 innings of work with 7 strikeouts and 1. Villa with an interesting delivery there, to say the least. So in his last outing on July 20th, 2 innings pitched, a run that was earned. The 0-1 up high for ball 1. That earned run broke up a streak of 6 outings of scoreless baseball for Villa. The 1-1 outside for ball 2. But his ERA is so inflated because in his second outing of the year, 2 innings pitched, 5 runs that were earned off of 9 hits across those 2 innings. He inflated his ERA there and has just been trying to recover since. Eric Valdivia pinch hitting today for Jason Leone as he fouls that one off. Valdivia started off his career with a nice hitting streak for the Lefties. Had a hit in his last game, but was not in the starting lineup as he's cooled off a little bit as of late as he swings and misses on that one for a strikeout for Villa, who just in his last outing had 4 walks, only has 9 on the season, but 4 of them coming in 1 game. Also not super prone to striking out batters, had not notched a strikeout in 5 straight appearances until that last one of Valdivia. Travis Helm at the plate. First pitch to him outside for ball 1. Helm 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. The 1-0. Inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So an on-base streak at risk for Travis Helm. 7-game on-base streak for him. The 2-0. That's popped up, but will hit the netting above home plate for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 a strike on the man out of Central Washington University. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Lefties have 8 outs remaining if they want to make a 2-run comeback. That's currently what the deficit is at. The next delivery finds the outer edge for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. On the backstop today, who's thrown out 3 runners on the base paths. A long hold from Villa now is 2-2. That's put up in the air to center. Crosland going back, and will get under it to retire Helm. Crosland has a little bit of a deceiving outfield play. His first step is really quick, as if he's trying to sprint down and track a ball that's going to hit the ground, when it turns out he only has to take a couple of steps to his left. But now 2 outs in the inning. Jared Bahanda, who has reached base twice, once off of a hit by pitch and once off of an error in the 5th inning. First delivery to him in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Bahanda scored the 3rd run of the game for the Lefties. The 0-1. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Villa shakes off his backstop Verlac a couple times, and now offers. That's fouled off by Bahanda for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Bahanda, similar to Valdivia, who we just saw a couple batters ago, a recent addition to this lefty squad, looking to make an impact in the second half of the season. The 1-2 is swung on a miss to end the inning. A couple of punch-outs for Villa. So we'll head to the top of the 8th. Lefties trail 5-3 and have 6 outs to play with to try to change that.
What? Who's on the mound right now? There's a new bump on the mound.
Pitching change for Port Angeles. It's Francisco Lopez on the mound. This pitching change is sponsored by Domino's. Too busy to make dinner? Knock down one more Domino and eat the same food your Port Angeles Lefties eat. Domino's Pizza. Put your trust in the pizza delivery experts and order Domino's today. Francisco Lopez on the bump out of Dyersburg State Community College. Headed there after just finishing his freshman year at Yakima Valley College and NWAC School. Now headed over to the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. This is Lopez's 12th appearance in West Coast League play. He has a 5.40 ERA across 10 innings. Karim Arusovic, who's 0 for 3 on the day, but reached base on an error in the 5th inning. Up to the plate, left-handed hitter. Lopez spins and tosses. He squared up to bunt, but again, somehow able to pull back for ball 1. There have been a couple times HarbourCats hitters have squared up to bunt, but by the hand of God, able to pull back before the ball crossed the strike zone. The 1-0. That's grounded toward the right side, but will go foul for strike 1. Eric Valdivia has moved over to first base after pinch hitting last inning. Julio Vasquez Jr. slides over to third while Yao Ramirez goes to his natural position of shortstop. So Jason Leone out of the game. The 1-1 delivery. That's a swing and a miss at a pitch well below the zone. Got him chasing. Lopez looking for a punch out here. Hasn't had a punch out in either of his last 2 appearances. His 1-2. Another swing and a miss. Gets him chasing again for his first strikeout. Now Tyrus Hall,
Now to bat shortstop
1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout to go along with a run scored and a walk. Up to the plate. 7-hole hitter for the HarbourCats. Lopez puts it in there, but inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hall somehow was caught stealing when he reached base off of a walk his last plate appearance. The 1-0. That's hit well over the head of Yao Ramirez, who knocks that one down, puts it in his glove. A good shot.
What a phenomenal play there from Ramirez.
Catcher injured here batter this evening, number 28, Jake Verlack.
Now Jake Verlack, 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Of all the people to steal a base today, Verlack has one of them. Helm has caught 3 runners so far today. Lopez delivers it in there for a strike. No balls, 1 a strike. On the catcher, headed to the Miami University in Ohio, not Florida. The 0-1. That finds the zone right down central for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Lopez already with a punch out in this inning, looking for another. His second stint in the West Coast League, first with Port Angeles. His 0-2. That's in the dirt, blocked well by Travis Helm for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we'll reintroduce you to this defense if it gets past this neck as when we started, but the infield almost entirely different. The 1-2. That's fouled off. So again, Valdivia at first. Garza Nunez remains at second. Yao Ramirez moves from third to shortstop. And then Julio Vasquez Jr. moves all the way across the diamond from first to third base as Valdivia came in. The 1-2. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Lopez looking for a 1-2-3 frame. The 2-2. Up high for ball 3. Verlack brings the count full. Drew a walk in his last at-bat. And Verlack from Vancouver. Lopez from Mexico. His 3-2 is hit well down the left field line. Kiesig going after it. But that will hook foul Just foul.
Everyone can breathe now.
Especially Giesig in left. It's hard to tell, especially from our vantage point, when a left fielder stops running. It's hard to tell if it's because it's going out of play or it's going over the wall. This time, it was the former, so Verlack will return to the plate for another full count pitch from Lopez. He spins and tosses it in, and that's a swing and a miss. Second punch out of the outing for Francisco Lopez. Smiles abound for him as he jumps over the first base line to head back to the dugout. A 1-2-3 inning for the man on the mound. The Lefties head to the bottom of the eighth, trailing 5-3. Top of the order, due up for the Lefties. It's Yao Ramirez. Port Angeles only with 6 outs remaining to try to make a comeback as it trails 5-3 against Victoria. The first delivery down low to Ramirez for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. It's still Garrett Villa on the mound. The 1-0. That's down and away for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Ramirez 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. As we're here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Villa notched a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. The 2-0. That's fouled off for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lefties only have 2 hits today, both coming in the 5th inning. And have not had a base runner since that 5th inning. 7th straight Lefties have been sent down. The 2-1. That's fouled off again for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a beautiful day here in Port Angeles. It was a little dreary and gray.
Yeah, the clouds really cleared out, and look at that beautiful sunset.
Sunset on the Olympic Mountains here. It's a red sunset.
Couldn't ask for a better backdrop in baseball.
The 2-2. That's grounded towards the right side, but goes foul. Now, I'd have to agree with you, Dylan, on one part of that. Best backdrop in the West Coast League, but I'll have to defer to the Pittsburgh backdrop at PNC Park.
That's a good one, too. Best one in the WCL. How about that?
I can agree on that. As the 2-2 delivery is chopped up the middle, Hall charging in. He boots it as the team's leader in errors, Tyrus Hall, does not make one here as it's ruled a single for Yao Ramirez. So Hall with 10 errors, but deemed a single by the scorekeeper here up in the Port Angeles Lefties press box. Kosei Suzuki, 1 for 3 on the day with a double in the 5th inning. Looking for another one here as he squares up to bunt, but pulls back as that one is below the 23. The 1-0 as he squares up to bunt, puts it down but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. HarbourCats up 5-3. Lefties trying to make a comeback. Nearly had one yesterday as the Lefties were trailing by 3 in the bottom of the 9th, but we're here in the bottom of the 8th. Port Angeles only down by 2 as there's a pickoff attempt on Ramirez, who is a speedy runner for the Lefties. Ramirez only with 1 stolen base this season, but had 13 this past year at Chaffey College as Kosei Suzuki pokes this to right field, and it's a diving play by Collins to secure the first out. A couple of dazzling plays defensively for both squads today. This one coming by way of Collins.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few good mitt work on both sides of the ball. Great baseball all around, in my opinion.
Should be a tight finish no matter who wins this one. Now Jeremy Giesig 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of flyouts and a ground out. Looking for his first knock. Villa delivers. A pitch in the zone on the breaking ball for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. So we noticed Giesig yesterday was wearing his pink gloves with his pink bat. Now still has the pink gloves, but has reverted back to his normal bat. Maybe a little bit of a superstitious fellow as this one finds the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 straight breaking balls to start this at bat for Giesig.
I was going to say that. Looked like he was a little superstitious about that, trying to get out of that slump that he's in right now.
At least a slump according to his standards. So there's another pickoff attempt on Ramirez. It pokes away from Artsberger. Ramirez headed for second and will not even draw a throw. So the Lefties have a runner in scoring position. The count will remain 0-2 on Giesig, the left fielder out of Cal State San Bernardino. We know he is superstitious because when we did our first podcast of the year, and only so far, we'll try to get another one out before the season ends, he did mention how superstitious of a player he is. The 0-2 is grounded towards the left side. Hall backhands it and slings it across the field. It's a low throw, but not picked by Artsberger. So Giesig able to leg that one out. We'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error. Ruled a hit, as it was a tough throw for Hall to make as he backhanded it. So a pair of singles on the infield towards the left side for the Lefties in this inning. And Port Angeles with 2 base runners as there's a mound visit here, likely to make a pitching change. So the runner on first, Giesig, represents the tying run.
Yeah, we've seen that quite a bit. At least I've noticed. Maybe you have noticed it too, but it seems like we've seen quite a few what seem to be simple ground rule plays that should just go from second baseman to first baseman for easy outs haven't been so easy today. We've seen either the second baseman or the first baseman kind of fumble the ball a little bit and given the lefties those chances. Let's see if those lefties can pounce on those free chances and get some runs and tie this ball game back up.
So not a pitching change here. Villa stays on the mound to face off against Roberto Garza Nunez, dancing a little bit to the music playing here at Civic Field. Garza Nunez 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of flyouts and a ground out. Looking to do what Giesig just did and get a single, if not more. So that pitch down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. I'll mention it one more time. Giesig at first leads the West Coast League in hits, trying to chase Roberto Garza Nunez for most hits in a single season. As that next pitch goes for strike 1. Garza Nunez was 63 in the 2023 campaign. Giesig now with 57, so 6 away from tying his Port Angeles teammate. The 1-1. That's rocketed towards the left side. Schneider fields it, but bobbles, and everyone will be safe. That's also ruled a single as it's a hard hit ball, 81 miles per hour. So 3 infield singles for the Lefties. And the bases will be loaded for a hard-hitting Brett Haggerty. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Lefties playing a small ball with a bunch of grounders that end up being base hits.
Tyler, there is motion in their dugout, in their bullpen.
I can't see.
Haggerty, the designated hitter today, looking for his first knock that could tie this game up or take the lead. The first delivery finds the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Julio Vasquez Jr. is in the on-deck circle.
Patience is key here for Haggerty.
Has already drawn a walk in this one. The 0-1. That's fouled off for strike 2. Quickly 0-2 on the right-handed hitter. Originally from Olympia, Washington. So staying close to home by going to Yakima Valley. Had an outstanding freshman year with the Yaks this past spring.
We know he's got the power.
The 0-2. Jack finds the zone for the second out of the inning. Villa gets the delayed strike call, and now 2 outs in the frame. Last hope goes to Julio Vasquez Jr., who's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Bases are loaded. Yaramires at third, Jeremy Giesig at second, who's a speedy runner, and Roberto Garza Nunez at first. The first delivery to Vasquez is a swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 up, if not take the lead. The 0-1. That's grounded up the middle. Hall will field and just toss it to second and end the inning. Lefties get 3 infield singles, but it's not enough, as Port Angeles will head to the top of the second, trailing 5-3. Lefties with only 3 outs to try to make some magic.
Remember, fans, kids get to run around the bases at the conclusion of this contest.
I will back any decision you want. Any person you want to bring in the broadcast booth, I will put their headset on and... Oh, no, we just had Travis Helm. I was going to say, you played really well today. Maybe I should take the catcher interview since I played catcher then. Alright, what are the odds she stumbles down the steps on the way out? Did you do your Domino's ad read yet? Okay. Do you want to do a look around the West? Yeah. You know, all up to you.
Next left fielder, number 9, Isaiah Thompson.
Riley Ricken on the mound for the Lefties now to try to keep it a 2-run deficit. Ricken, a lefty out of Cal State San Bernardino. This is his 13th appearance in the West Coast League. He's been good out of the bullpen. First delivery to Isaiah Thompson is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Thompson 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles, a run scored, and a strikeout. Rickens 1-0. That's fouled off for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ricken started his stint in the bullpen with 4 straight scoreless appearances. Now has another 4 straight scoreless appearances. His 1-1. Taken, 4 strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So only 1 earned run against him as a starter. The 1-2. That's grounded towards the left side. Vasquez Jr. scoops it up, tosses it over, and Valdivia secures it for the out. That is 1 earned run as a reliever, I should say, for Ricken.
He had to be fast, especially with a guy like Thompson right there with that speed you've been talking about all series has really hurt the lefty. So great job by Vasquez to work really quickly on that play.
Vasquez started over at first, now heads over to third. Michael Crosland, who's 3 for 4 on the day with a pair of doubles and a single, now up to the dish. Ricken's first delivery. Breaking ball finds the strike zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on the righty Crosland. The 0-1. That's down low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Crosland, 6 for 13 in this series against the Lefties. If he gets a hit here, he would be an even 500. Ricken looking to prevent that. The 1-1 is grounded up the middle. Garza Nunez going to his right. Gobbles it up. It's a high throw, but Valdivia secures it for the second out of the inning.
Ricken working efficiently so far in this inning. Let's hope he keeps it up.
A pair of ground outs to start this outing. Gunnar Antillion, the 2-hole hitter. 1 for 3 on the day with a single in the 4th inning and a walk in the 2nd. Ricken kicks and deals. That's hit up the middle. Yaramir is going for it. Won't be able to get there as it'll go through the infield for a base hit for Antillion. His 2nd hit of the day.
Oh, I hope I didn't jinx us there.
It's just a single, partner. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we've been plagued with the announcers jinx pretty much all summer.
Sometimes it's worked in the lefties' favor.
It has. That 6-5 comeback did help us.
Now Ricken facing off against Michelle Artsberger, 1 for 4 on the day with a single, a pair of flyouts, and a lineout. Ricken delivers a strike on the outer edge. No balls, 1 strike to the left-handed hitter from ULM in the Sun Belt Conference. As there's a pickoff attempt here on Antillion. Antillion with 3 stolen bases against Port Angeles between these 2 series. Was caught stealing, he was not caught stealing earlier in this one. As there's another pickoff attempt, Ricken trying to catch him on the pickoff. Unable to, though, as he just jogs in safely. We'll take you through a look of the West Coast League when we come back in the bottom of the 9th. This seems to be the closest game as he does catch him in a pickoff, but seemed to be a balk called on Ricken. So Antillion takes second for free as he was off with 0-1 on Artsberger. As Antillion with a big lead over at second, the 0-1. Last at bat, can't keep him down for long as he notched his first hit of the game. Still will lower his batting average. That was .409 coming into this one. Even if he gets a hit here. The 1-1 is flared past Vasquez Jr. and we'll get a 3-run lead at least as they head into the bottom of the 9th.
Next up to bat,
barely by inches that ball went fair, but
A tough break for the lefties. And Artsberger, like I mentioned, 2 for 5 today, but coming into this one with a 409 average, still lowers his batting average, which sounds crazy. A 2-hit day could lower it. But now Cam Schneider at the plate. He's 0 for 4 on the day as that first pitch goes in for strike one. No balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitter who's playing at third base for the HarbourCats. Runner on second is Artsberger, the 0-1. Another breaking ball finds the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That breaking ball has been working well for Ricken so far today, getting a good number of called strikes. Schneider looking to avoid an offer today. The 0-2 outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 87 miles per hour on that. Ricken originally from Temecula, California, so staying a little bit close to home at Cal State San Bernardino as he tosses it and it's fouled off by Schneider. Cal State San Bernardino well represented on this field for the lefties. The Division II school starting pitcher Colby Schubert for the lefties headed to Cal State San Bernardino out of Salem University in the fall. Jeremy Giesig in left, also a Coyote. Is that nexty?
it's almost like our pitchers are the Coyotes and our infielders and outfielders are Chafee. That's how I look at the lefties.
And for some of them, they're both. For Kylan out of Chafee College, headed to Cal State San Bernardino as this next pitch is popped up in the air. Buhanda just coming in a couple of steps and will send us to the bottom of the ninth.
Pitch hitting number 33, Eric Valdivia.
Garrett Villa still on the mound. He would qualify for the save here. This would be his second save on the West Coast League season. He's been longer out there today. It's Eric Valdivia at the plate. Takes a strike at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. Valdivia struck out in his first plate appearance in the 7th inning as a pinch hitter stayed in the game at first base. The 0-1. Just below the knees for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the man out of Chafee College. The 1-1. That's chopped foul towards the Victoria dugout for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lefties have not had very good luck in the 1-2. That finds the zone on the outer edge. A delayed strike call, but gets Valdivia his second punch out of the game. And now Jack Cleveno, another pinch hitter for the lefties.
We've seen a couple of those late delayed strikeout calls, but lefties will have to dig themselves out of a hole here with 1 out.
Lefties trail 6-3 here in the bottom of the ninth. They do have a couple of walk-off wins in West Coast League play. It's been worse. We're trailing by 5 against Kamloops and then came back to win that one 6-5 in the bottom of the ninth. So first pitch to Jack Cleveno up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. No, he's hitting now, but yesterday set a Port Angeles record for most catcher assists in a single season as he notched his 30th. The 1-0. That's chopped fair, but will eke foul for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Cleveno will have to then strikeouts. 21 walks to 11 punch-outs.
It's an impressive stat there.
And he leads the team in walks. Took that away from Ethan Kadama yesterday with a pair of walks against the HarbourCats. So it was a very overall good day for the man at the plate now. That 1-1 pitch is fouled off. Hits one of the Victoria players. He tries to field it, get some jeers and jaws. Actually, one of their coaches. That goes for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cleveno out of the University of Utah. Originally from Riverside, California. He has 22 hits on the year, 4 RBI. Looking to get on base here. The 1-2 from Villa. Up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes even. He gets called on strike 3 there. 2 straight punch-outs for Villa. And he's looking for a save. Last hope for the Lefties is Jared Bahanda. It would be the top of the order. Ya Ramirez due up next if it gets to him. But Bahanda has some work to do. The first delivery. That's grounded towards the right side. Could be the ball game. Antillian will just toss it over to Artsberger. And that ends this one. Lefties go down quietly in the bottom of the 9th. HarbourCats sweep Port Angeles here at Civic Field and take the season series 1-5 in favor of Victoria. So it's a sweep here at Civic Field. Not good for the Lefties' playoff chances. We'll take a quick break and try to get Ryan Wyke up here for a post-game interview. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Port Angeles Civic Field here as we're waiting for our other broadcaster, Thomas Johnson, to get Ryan Wyke, hopefully for an interview. I'm your other broadcast and tech intern, Dylan Sackett, with a look around the league tonight. We had some other games on tonight as Bellingham Bells right now on the top of the 8th lead, 10-4 over the Kelowna Falcons. In the top of the 9th, it's the Kamloops North Paws, up 9-3 over the Wenatchee Apple Sox, and the Nanaimo Night Owls and Edmonton Riverhawks are in a doubleheader right now after last night's smoke caused for a suspension of the game. Edmonton Riverhawks won the first one 7-1 in 7 innings. But it's the Nanaimo Night Owls that have flipped the script in Game 2. They were up 7-1 at the top of the second as we continue to wait for our other broadcast partner, Thomas Johnson, and hopefully another post-game interview. But that was a look around the league tonight as the Lefties will try to continue to get back to their winning ways after this little slump that they're in. We will try to get a post-game interview, hear some thoughts from the players, and our broadcast host, Thomas Johnson. Thank you for taking a look around the league with me.
Up here in the Port Angeles Lefties broadcast booth, I'm here with Ryan Wyke in his third season with the Lefties and potentially his last time pitching at Civic Field. What did this game mean to you?
I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's the third year, like you said, and I mean, it's just pretty cool to have kind of a consistent town to go to every summer, and it was nice to kind of wrap it up here and, you know, look to my senior year.
And what has the city meant to you over the last 3 years? What keeps bringing you back 21, 22, and now 24?
Yeah, it's been huge. I kind of got here from playing them when I was on a PIL team with the Redmond Dudes, and they picked me up. And, you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs here. I've had great games, bad games, but it's been huge for the mental side of it to be able to kind of...
Personal favorite memory here at Civic Field or with just the Lefties in general?
With the Lefties, it's got to be playing Moff on the bus on the way to Nanaimo in my second year here, so 2022. But that was probably one of the more fun memories that I have.
And now you had a couple of Edmonds college teammates here with you in Port Angeles, John Vara to just name one. What has him being here meant for you?
Yeah, Kadama, and now we got John Vara and Kate Stewart here with me, which was a big part of it. There was a point where I got injured and I was looking for a school. I ended up here in my second summer, and it was those guys that got me back to a school and kind of kept my career going.
Now, in your third summer with Port Angeles, the longest tenured pitcher on this Lefties squad, if you were to give a recruiting pitch to players potentially
Face great competition, you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows. But for me, the biggest takeaway was my second year that I played. I struggled a little bit, but it was kind of a character building year, you know. Everyone here is really supportive. The fans are great. The staff is great. And it's do it.
Well, that was Ryan Wyke, potentially in his last game at Civic Field across his 3 seasons with the Lefties, with additional games playing for the Redmond Dudes. That will be the end of our broadcast. Unfortunately, the Lefties fall in this one 6-3 to get swept by the Victoria HarbourCats. Tuning in, we'll see you tomorrow for a matchup in non-league play against the Everett Merchants at 6:35.